If you completely dominated tier 3, decided to fight the red worm, entered into a dark ether, or even entered the unstable rift at a pivotal point, and this happens to you. You get hit with a dev error, or the server crashes, or for some reason you get eliminated and it's not your fault. Well, welcome to today's video. This is for you. We're going to show you how, if you drop contaminant levels down to 75, how you can regain and go from 0 back to hero and completely regain your character and possibly have the chance to even enter into the dark ether in the following game. Yeah, you heard that right. In just one game. So if I was to start with nothing from the previous game, here's what I would equip. For my lethals, I would put on a thermite. For my tactical, I would put on a decoy grenade. And then for your weapons, you're gonna wanna go ahead and equip a high meta weapon for Modern Warfare Zombies, which in this case is gonna be the shotgun for the Reclaimer 18. Now, in this example, I'm gonna go ahead and utilize items as if I'm a new character or a new player in Modern Warfare Zombies, just like you. And I'm not gonna use any of the higher schematic type of loot items or legendary items that I have, but instead, what we're gonna go ahead and do is equip the items that you may have, such as a rare aether tool for this new weapon or for this new game that I'm gonna bring in, and then also a low level PAP crystal, being the PAP crystal 1 or the raw Ethereum crystal. And then we're gonna go ahead and craft other things that you may use with the various to little slots that we have. One of my favorites is Deadshot Daiquiri because it allows you to get one of those higher crit kills on zombies itself. I love using Brain Rot because we can go ahead and have the zombies fight for us instead. And then lastly, I'll probably use another perk, which is PhD Flopper in this case, to prevent us from getting any burn damage from a thermite or even the dogs as well. So the second that we enter into this new game, we are gonna attach and equip everything that we brought in, use all the perks that we brought in with us and even the ammo mod. And the first thing that I would do is find a cargo mission contract. Now, in this case, I'm not near a cargo mission contract, so I'm gonna go ahead and find the closest vehicle with me since I don't have a Scorcher or I don't have anything that can allow me to travel even quicker. So we're gonna go ahead and go straight to a vehicle. And then the next thing we're going to do is immediately find a quick contract that can help boost our essence so we can go ahead and level up our weapon even quicker. So the closest thing near us is going to be this bounty contract. And since we have, a common ether tool or a rare ether tool item, we're going to go ahead and eliminate this bounty fairly quickly to get rewards and to get more cash. Now, when you're regaining, do not underestimate the power of those boxes, those loot caches that are near you, because we get a self-res right away, and we also get a kill streak and even a gas mask. And we get even another self-revive that we can stow, just in case we do get knocked, we have one to replace it. So now that we have a car, we're gonna go ahead and find a cargo mission inside of tier 2. And that's a very important reason why we bring a higher TTK or higher meta weapon, because we can navigate tier 2 with the weapon that we brought in and the level it's at. So I like this cargo mission contract inside of tier 2 by Pop Off Power. And the reason why I like this is on this second floor is going to be a room full of lockers. And we're going to go ahead and search each one of these lockers to find either a medium or large rucksack or a 2 to 3 armor plate vest, which normally typically has that here in this location. And we increase our chances because I believe there's about like 12 or 16 lockers in just this second room alone, allowing you to be able to find even more items. So as our character is navigating through this right now in this gameplay, as you can see, I already have a medium rucksack, and then we also have a 2 armor plate vest. And then over here at this actual medical kit box, we're gonna actually unlock our durable gas mask. So already not even 5 minutes or 10 minutes in the game, we already have 2 armor plate, a medium rucksack, a durable gas mask, and we also have self revives and everything that we need in order to be able to dominate tier 2 or at least start doing contracts in tier 2 and take on the zombies in tier 2. But once we loot Pop Off Power, we're gonna go ahead and start the contract for the cargo delivery. This is gonna be beneficial because it's gonna allow us to actually earn more essence, and we're gonna have a more durable, more reliable whip that's easy to control to go ahead and navigate not only tier 2, but also tier 3 if we want to go in there. And it's just gonna give us some more protection having this car and being able to travel without having a Scorcher. So once we complete this contract, we're going to go ahead and get not only more essence, but have the possibility of getting better items. We get another sentry gun kill streak, which is very useful. Don't knock the kill streaks. But now, since we have enough money, we can go and upgrade our weapon to a PAP level 2, going to the Pack-a-Punch in tier 2. So once your weapon is Pack-a-Punch level 2, you can then start farming contracts in tier 2 itself, whether it's bounty contracts or any type of contract. I would highly recommend doing this to get your essence up. But again, this is why it's super important to have a higher TTK weapon or a meta weapon within this game mode, because as is, I feel very comfortable and experienced as a player to go directly into tier 3 with this weapon to start farming contracts there, to have a better chance of completing those contracts and earning even more essence to get geared up even more for a full regain. Now, as you guys can see, I'm going to go ahead and mark contracts in tier 3 that only allow me to have to deal with tier 3 zombies and those weaker high value targets. Going for contracts right away, you run the risk with this weapon taking a lot of time trying to kill that target, whether it's a mega abomination or a stronger high value target like a mimic, disciple, or mangler. Whereas an outlast contract just like this, we're just going to be fighting the tier 3 zombies only and those weaker high value targets that are in the map that allow us to put them down pretty quickly and allow us to complete the contract without any troubles or any issues really with the weapon that we have at the level of a Pack-a-Punch 2. And as you guys can see in this video, we get some help with a stranger in the game as well who's assisting us, who has a higher, stronger weapon. And we're just getting lucky here based on the type of players we have in this game, which can happen. Now, once this is going to be completed, we're more than likely going to earn higher essence since we're at a containment level of 75. So the higher your containment level is, the better you have at getting cheaper costs for perks and also earning more each time you complete a contract in tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. So that being said, we have everything we need actually now to enter the Dark Ether if we needed to. We have a sigil based on this contract, and that's why I wanted to farm tier 3 right away. But now we have enough money to go ahead and get the perks that we need to navigate and farm more contracts in tier 3. So that's exactly what you should be doing if you are at this level and at this stage. So once we have the perks we need, we're going to go ahead and go to the Pack-a-Punch machine to level up our weapon to a tier 3. I only got 3 perks because I noticed I had 20,000 and you need 15,000 to upgrade your weapon to that Pack-a-Punch level 3 from tier 2, from level 2. From here, once our weapon is fully Pack-a-Punch to the highest level, we can then start farming contracts in tier 3 to maximize our essence. As you can see in the background, unfortunately my contract is actually being killed by a different team, which is great because once they complete the contract, I get the cash. And I also find a epic Aether tool to apply to my weapon. And now this weapon's fully geared up and fully at the max level that it can get, since legendary Aether tools are hard to come by. But now I feel confident just going around tier 3 and farming more contracts so we can get as much essence as possible to get geared up at the buy station to then enter into the Dark Ether. So at the buy station, we're going to gear up on what we need the most. I highly recommend making sure you have a level 3 armor plate, making sure you have a durable gas mask, self-reses, kill streaks, and also making sure that you do have Casimirs. Casimirs are the most important thing that you can add into your items and rucksack when entering into either a sigil or elder sigil run for any Dark Ether. And essentially this is the guide. You guys saw exactly how you can yourself in a scenario similar to a typical gamer in Modern Warfare Zombies go from having nothing or losing everything within the game mode, whether you're eliminated or because of server issues or just some random bug that crashes your game, how you can come into the next game, completely regain your character back to all the items that you've lost, getting fully cured up, fully kitted, earning a sigil in the game, and then entering into the Dark Ether like we just have done. But again, entering the Dark Ether is not for the faint of heart. It does take some skill. Obviously within a sigil, in most cases you may get a disciple as your first bounty contract for the season 2 Dark Ether. As you can see, I go down here. Luckily I have Casimirs and self-reses, and my weapon is at the highest level because we are completely just putting this disciple down. And essentially it allows you this strategy to enter into the Dark Ether. Now I will say entering it in solo is definitely not easy. squatting up with other people in tier 3 and entering a dark ether is much easier, and I highly recommend that as the strategy to regain, because you absolutely can regain probably 10 times faster than you will doing this solo. But this is a guide for solo players that want to be able to regain. And the reason why I bring Casimirs here is mainly for this contract for the ether extractions. A little bit of strategy here is you want to make sure you're throwing those down, and then also just overloading the ether extraction. One big tip that I always give everybody in my videos when entering the dark ether is make sure on your controller you have prioritized to reload instead of prioritized to interact. If you have prioritized to interact, when you try to interact with the overloading of the ether extraction, in most cases, just like the Outlast contract, it won't allow you to activate it. It will just be stuck there and won't do it. But when you have prioritized to reload, that's how you can go ahead and just activate this quickly without any dilemmas or any problems. But again, we bring the Casimirs in so we can go ahead and kill not only high value targets, but also the zombies as well. And then for this last contract, I usually like staying in this room. I usually like to get more Casimirs, but we actually have kill streaks with us to kind of block the doorways for those sentry turrets. And then we're just going to kind of follow this same route to go around and move around the map so that zombies don't get us, but also so you're still completing the contract without having to stay too far away. As you guys were able to see, luck was on my side, being able to find and use that decoy grenade. Tacticals are very important entering the dark ether because it allows you to finish these contracts that much easier and faster within the game mode and in the dark ether, for any dark ether actually. So that is going to do it for this video, guys. Use this as your solo strategy to go from nothing and into the dark ether, working your way up from tier 1, tier 2 and into tier 3 using these strategies. And go ahead and do me a favor and like and sub to this channel and share this out with your squad mates that play Modern Warfare Zombies so they're in the know on how to do this as well. And if you are looking for other guides or the best weapon you should be using now, look no further than the video on your screen. Till next time, peace.